What's up, guys? We are back once again. We're going to be talking about some more Attack on Titan. Of course, episode 9. We are finally here to talk about it. So, if you guys hopefully watched it, stick around. If you guys didn't, then stick around either way because we're going to be getting very deep dive into episode 9. So, this episode was more informational, which I'm very happy that they finally did because I was a little confused on what was going on. So, pretty much, it does show a flashback of 3 years later or 3 years prior to the events of what happened, because we see Armin talking to somebody and we see where a ship of Marlins does arrive. Eren attacks, and then of course the rest of the scouts attack them, and they inform them, hey, guess what, we're here to attack you guys. But then we see secret agents pretty much that are been taken over by the Marley Empire, and they do not want to be part of the Marley Empire. So we do see where they are willing to talk to Levi and Hodge and the rest of the gang, but we do see where they inform them of all the things that's been going on, because Marley is wanting to go to war, and the main reason why they have not attacked Paradise Island is because we see that in the entire time, which is really interesting, is we see that they're going to war in multiple countries, and they also know that they have that Paris, the so-called devils, that they have the the founding Titan, they have the colossal Titan, and the female Titans. So that's how come that they're not wanting to attack without a one of their own, which they soon realize as well with the other Marleys that are telling us that they are basically undercover agents that are working with Zeke, and Zeke has informed them to basically give a message to the royal family to basically say, hey, this is what needs to happen, and he's wanting to work with them because he says that if a founding Titan mixes with royal blood, then maybe there can be something to stop the war and activate basically the rest of the Titans that are inside the walls that have been used with inside the walls. That way they can be activated and the walls can go down and fight for Paradise Island instead, and that way they could possibly win this war. And Eren thought it was fake, even though he's like, okay, well, if I have royal blood in me, because he didn't want to kill, of course, his friend, which of course we found out that she was royalty. But what's really interesting is that we do see where basically everyone is stating that this does not need to happen. Nobody can be trusted. And what's really cool about this is we do see where Eren keeps stating that this needs to happen one way or another. So Marley starts working with, of course, Eren and everybody else. Now, Yelena, I believe is how you say your name. Apparently, she was a soldier, and she basically started. I'm assuming it's a female, because we do see where she was a soldier, and she informs that everybody else that this is what the plan is. So they draw more Marleys in. They're able to use them to build a port. They're able to use them to build a pier and other food. And we do see where Eren and the rest of the gang start shooting. And Eren basically does not think that none of the Marleys have the right to live after everything that they've done. And he thinks that they're not going to change. He does not want them to change because he thinks that there's no hope. So we do see that Eren has been practicing with his, of course, Titan abilities. He asks his Armin, hey, is there any way of Bertolt's memories that there's going to be any help? He says no. He says there's not really a whole lot there. And we do see what's really cool is we get a flashback of Sasha, which really made me miss her even more, with her eating Nicolo's food, he was another Marley, he was a cook, and when he found out that she died, it really did upset him. So we don't know if they had some kind of relationship at some point, but she really enjoyed his food, and he got really angry, and he got beaten too because he was at her grave and he's a Marleyan. So one of the chief advisors said, like, how dare you be there? And he took a beating, but he was still there. And he also asked his Connie, like, hey, how do you feel about her death? And he says, she was like my twin. I feel like another half of me is gone. And then we can meet Sasha's parents, who is proud of her, and he informs them, I basically knew your daughter. She was a very good woman. I was her cook, but if y'all want any kind of food, by all means, I will be happy to cook for you anytime. And so they do take upon his offer. And Armin keeps talking to whomever, and he's stating that he's not sure if they made the right choice. He even said that Eren changed within the last 3 years. He became something that he doesn't recognize. He thought he knew him better than anyone. And we also see where Levi is talking to Zeke on the way through the town, and he tells him, he says, y'all are treating this like a victory. And he says, what I could do, he says, is chop you up in little bitty pieces and send your body back to your grandma and grandpa, and also a little note of your plot. And he's just so Levi pretty much has Zeke by the balls. He really does. He really has him by the nuts to like, look, don't try to be smart with me because I can kill you anytime I want without you even biting. So that's how quickly Levi's like, I'm not going to put up your crap. And he says, well, what I wanted to meet Aaron first, and he says, no, you're gonna be fine. So he puts him in a so-called hotel out in the woods. He says, this is where I'm staying. He says, well, I think it's perfect for you. So he's basically Levi is treating him like royal crap, and it's hilarious because again, with everything Zeke's done, I don't blame Levi at all. I am on Levi's side completely, and I think it's funny what he's doing to Zeke. Is like, hey, guess what? You did this to me, myself, and my friends. Guess what? Payback's a bitch, and pretty much that's what he's doing. And we do see where everyone keeps talking about. Basically, they did show the evidence. Hey, guess what? This is the new way of life. This is how it is, and I really like how they really did show that times have evolved from trains to boats to aircrafts. All these other Marlians that are willing to fight alongside the the perilous defenders. I'm really happy that they're doing this because I think it's badass, and I found it really interesting that Armin the entire time he's having a seashell in his hands and he's looking up and he actually is talking to Annie. He is talking to Annie. He's like, please say something. She's still crystallized, so I'm guessing she's been crystallized for I want to say over 4 or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say 3, 4, or 5 years. So they really did an amazing job of the entire time where we see Aaron. He's actually getting dressed. He's been cutting his hair. He's been cleaning himself up. He's been really focusing on what he needs to do. And what's really cool about this is at the very end we see where Mika-san is stating what she was told by Aaron a long time ago. You fight and you survive. You live and you survive. And that's pretty much what she was stating. And then next thing you know, we see Aaron stating the same thing. While he is, he's already cut his hair. He's putting it back in a bun. He has shorter hair now. And he just looks at himself in the mirror. And that's how the episode ends. So this episode was very impactful. It was very, a lot of information. I was very happy that they left this on a good note. I was really kind of wondering. I'm hoping that they give us more of this, which I knew was going to be happening. But we did see also, I forgot to tell you guys, we do see a quick glance at Falco and Gabby. And Gabby's like in this, like frenzy of she's about ready to explode. So obviously something's going to happen at some given point in time. Just don't know when. But overall, I did enjoy this episode. I found it to be, again, very impactful, very insightful to know what's going on in the in the time frame that was going on, because a lot of us were like, okay, what the hell's going on? But I'm very happy to see this go. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And as always, I'll see you guys on the very next video.